to talk about scap activation and how to depress the shoulder for lower lat activation when doing a low row, which is very important for horizontal pressing, because scap stability and recruiting the lower lat with driving the shoulder into depression is very, very key to shoulder stability. So we're going to show you with Holly being our demo today. So before we load the weight, we're just going to show you the difference in how to engage your lat when lifting on a low row versus how to isometrically contract the scap. So on Holly's back here, you can see that as she sits here, her scap is here and the midline of her spine is right here. So we're looking about 2 inches, I would say, away from what we call plumb line, where the base of her scap is. Okay, so now if she was to engage in this movement with her elbow, when her shoulder is extended, her scap will be about 2 inches away from the midline. Okay, so that means that when she initiates the elbow drive, that actually her scap is going to be disengaged because it's 2 inches away from the plumb line of her body, of her spine. Okay, so that means that the priority of pull is coming from the lat. Okay, now this is an extended shoulder position. If we was to retract the shoulder before we initiate the elbow pull, we would see that her scap actually shortens to pull in towards the midline. Okay, so we're looking to be about 1 inch away from the spine and the midline of the body for optimal shoulder stability. Okay, so what we're going to do without the weight to start with is just bring your arm out into a low row position. Now this is in a extended shoulder position. Okay, now what we're going to do before we flex the elbow, which would be initiating the lat into recruitment first, the shoulder is extended, we're going to drive the scapulars back in towards further, 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 further. Good. So now if we come through to this back shot, you can really see how Holly's scaps are really activated in here, because you see this really nice V shape within her back, and where her actual scaps are is about 1 inch away from plumb line now. Okay, mid traps are activated in here and her scaps are really close in here. Her subscap, this is her scapula, this is her subscap, and her subscaps are engaged before she initiates the elbow pull. This is isometrically contracting, so when we put the shoulder into extension, it's concentrically contracting all the way in. There we go, all the way in. Now her subscap is now has concentrically contracted into this position, and it would be isometrically held as she drives her elbows back. Okay, now if she didn't do this and her shoulder was extended and she kept in an extended position and drove the elbow back without bringing the scaps back, that would be way more lat recruitment. Okay, you see her lats flare here and her mid back isn't activated, okay, because she hasn't got a retraction that is required when driving her elbow back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to train in this retracted position. So we're going to take the shoulder into extension and then we're going to retract the shoulder to isometrically contract the subscap before she drives her elbow back. Okay, so if we can do exactly what we just said there. So we're going to initiate through the subscap first. So Holly puts her shoulder into an extended position, and then the first thing she's going to do before she bends her elbow back is extend it back into a neutral position, and then we're going to retract the shoulder blades back first a little bit more, and then we're going to drive the elbow back into flexion. Okay, and then we see it's nice and tight in here with the subscap and the mid trap. And we're going to bring the shoulder into extension, and then we can then see the subscap disengages, and then we're going to retract the shoulder before we initiate the elbow. Subscaps and mid trap are tight, and then we're going to initiate the elbow flexion. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look to recruit the lower lat by driving the shoulder down. So we'll put the shoulder back into extension, elbow into extension, retract the shoulder blades so the subscap is engaged. Then we're going to drive the elbow back all the way in. Now we're going to drive that shoulder down and extend through the spine to recruit the lower lat. Okay, so put the shoulder into extension, pin back that subscap and that mid trap. Good, drive the elbow down in flexion, and then drive the shoulder down as well, which engages the lower lat, which is key to bench press stability. Good, so shoulder into extension, good, re-pin, elbow into flexion, drive the shoulder down, get subscap engaged. Good, that's better, one more. Good work, nice, good. Right, so now what I'm going to do, obviously, them cues were kind of almost a step-by-step phase, okay? So now key to shifting the weight is to do exactly them same cues in the exact same order, but make them all sync up together. So when we go heavier, the sequence needs to be faster. So the cues are the same, but the speed of contraction is quicker, so they almost sync into each other. Okay, so we go a little bit heavier. And then with this, we need to make it all into one movement. So we go the shoulder into extension, and then repin, and then drive the elbow down, and then put the spine into extension, all in one quick movement. Okay, so if we can do that. Nice, good. Drive that shoulder back. Nice, good, and then elbow down. Good one. Good, get the shoulder back, subscaps engaged, and drive that elbow down. Nice, good one. Good, get the subscaps pinned, elbows down and pull, good. Drive up and extend through the spine as well, so drive that chest up and elbows down to recruit that lower lat. Get them extensors working, good, nice, 2 more, get a bit of speed. Good, and pull, good, 1 more. Nice, good work, well done, good.